What's up guys, Hades here. So I'm doing a patch rundown. There are some really big changes. I'm excited about a lot of them. There's a few you might not have noticed that could change the game. And a matter of fact, it might change the metas as we know it. So let's jump right into this. Starting off, we have Throne of Supreme, revamped and changed. There's actually not that much changed. The biggest thing is actually just this faster pace and expanded matchmaking pool. So the big changes here, the first 14 days, you same thing, you get the 10 daily challenges, but I believe they increase how many players get to move on. And in that next piece, you get 1 day off, and then you're gonna play in your round of 8. You got the auto matchmaking against people, you play best of 3, and then it's gonna be top 4 in a group, move on, so 64 players will move on. Then you have your grand final, it goes straight to grand final. Your first 4 days, best of 5, single elimination to the group, and then there's gonna be the finals, first, second, third. And so the pace is actually just faster. So this is the key here, is we're getting a 37-day cycle. 30 days of competing, you get 1 week break, and then back to competing. The problem with Throne is we've had these huge rest periods way longer than 7 days, so people are just waiting for the next one. It's a fun event. You get tons of free stuff. On the free days, you get 30 gems per hit, which means you get 300 gems per day just for participating, which is really nice. I like these changes. 37-day cycle is way better than it was. Very happy. If you want to read all the exact details, they are here, but those aren't very important. Now, this is the next piece, and this is one of the big ones. We have the Zuma Tower. Now, you can kind of think of this as Mysterium, but it's going to be a more high risk, high reward type of challenge where your goal is to reach as high as you can. Now, they gave us an overview. You get an attempt, and it determines if you ascend 1 to 2 floors or stay in place based on probability, and you can choose. You can continue climbing, challenging floors higher for better rewards, but risk descending 1 to 2 floors. Once you claim rewards, you return to the first floor and start a new climbing run, probably after that day. Of course, this is going to be its own video once it comes out, but you are going to use Pearl of Finding to participate. The rewards are going to be Stardust, Crimson Moonlight, Castle Decoration Fragments. So these rewards are very good. So this might actually be a paid event. We'll see. I think because it's using the pearls, it's going to be a paid event, but we'll see. It might be really, really good. Depending on how kind of hard they are and how many floors you get or not. But yeah, I'm excited about that one. Next, we have Immortal Spirit Power Indicators. This is just for when you start off the game. It's going to have different rarities based on the combat strength. Limited time avatar frames. The limited time frames are going to be activated from your inventory. So if you have any of those in your inventory, those will be activated. Optimizations. A few good ones here. Adjusting Alliance Championship matchmaking points to help within your season. Mercantile Path is getting new increased monster, or just adjusted based on the level 60s. And then this is a big one, is the adjusted Thea Roulette. They're increasing the gold and holy shards. We'll have to see how much these go up by. The gold doesn't matter. No one, you can just get gold, and we'll talk about that in just a moment here in the Infernals. But the Holy Shadow Dragon Shards, if it's really, really effective, it could be good. But if you guys have seen my tier list in the past, this event is just terrible. Absolutely scam level, completely worthless. Do not touch this event. I'm telling you now, even with these increases, it's still gonna be terrible. This doesn't move the needle. Next, we have arena opening requirements adjustment. So you get your second team on day 14, your third team on day 31, and your team 4 on day 45. This is for newer servers. This is the big one. This is the second biggest piece in the patch. Infernal Assault. If you guys watched my last video, you saw me farming with alt accounts. They might have changed it, and it might be too hard to do level 60 with low level accounts. We'll see how hard they make that when it comes out, the patch. Now, you do get significantly more gold for both the strongholds and the core, so it might just be worth it, but now you're gonna have to get a group of friends to do it instead of using alts. But then they nerfed how many you can do per day. Now, my wife was really concerned about this, but doing 100 in one day is a lot. That takes you full focus, 4 accounts. It's gonna be like 2 hours, maybe longer, depending on how focused you can be. And that's a lot of AP for one day. And if it resets the next day, then this won't even matter. Now, if you do need to grind it, you might want to stop yourself at 100 per day because the fall off is pretty heavy. And again, it will depend on how many we get on that increase for gold. But if it drops 40%, the next 100 might not be worth it. And if it resets every day, you might as well just go to 100 3 times and just be patient with your gold because it's not that important. But yeah, this is a pretty big change for a lot of people who need a lot of gold. Quick effect optimizations to celebrate winter. Special effects have been changed to snowflakes. Just a nice little visual update. Character name limit optimizations have been updated to 16 characters, which is nice. And this is probably the biggest. Balance adjustments. Now, not surprisingly, the 3 heroes I do not have are the 3 that are getting changed. And I'll walk you through the changes. For Ares, the only thing they're changing is his frighten rate. His frighten rate is going from 50 to 70 at max level. For Apollo, they are changing his energy base from 66 to 80. And for Ninetales, they're adding a passive effect that increases the damage of backline allies by 30%. Now, which one of these is the most powerful? It's gonna be Ninetales. The problem that she has as an immortal in general is the fact that Fufei is so strong. So when you look at Fufei, she gives the entire team crowd control immunity. Like, that's why Alex is so good, right? He has crowd control immunity always. But giving it to Fufei allows me to put 3 skills on my Con, or allows people to put 3 skills on their Apollo or their Loki or whoever they're carrying with. But Ninetales doesn't have that. Now, if she gets the 30% boost, you can take off the Fighting Master, give that boost, or add Fighting Master onto the carry, lose the skill, and then you're still going to get a relatively similar boost. And then she's going to heal a bit more than someone like Fufei is going to give. The problem with her is if you're not getting the benefit out of the percent trigger chance, she's just going to lose a lot of value. And the only hero that like really uses it well is someone like Loki, right? Where you're going to get a higher chance to confuse them. There are a few other options, but if it's not matched with Loki, it's kind of hard to justify. Or, you know, someone who bounces. It could be like Baldwin or Wu, because the chance that they bounce increases their damage, right? So that's why she's a little bit niche, but that's why she's getting a boost. And I actually think this boost was going to put her into meta. We'll see what the Mega Whales do, because they have everyone, and if they think it's worth it, they will be changing it, and they'll definitely be testing against each other, and I'll update you on this one in the future. But yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.